Hey, what's up everybody? Today we've got a special treat for you. It is still Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm going to be reacting to a different kind of content. So a couple months ago, Sony put out this video. It's a short from the Spider-Verse universe. So the same kind of animation style and storytelling, and it's called The Spider Within, a Spider-Verse Story. And this was in partnership with the Kevin Love Foundation, which was founded by a basketball player, Kevin Love, who wanted to be outspoken and share and raise awareness about the mental health struggles that he went through and that many people also struggle with at the same time. So I already watched this short when it came out in March, but I wanted to take the opportunity to watch it again, react to it for the channel, and use it as a springboard to talk about some of the mental health issues, specifically anxiety and panic attacks, that this video addresses. So the description of the video reads, in the genre-bending thriller The Spider Within, a Spider-Verse Story, Miles Morales struggles to balance his responsibilities as a teenager, friend, and student while acting as Brooklyn's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. After a particularly challenging day living with these pressures, Miles experiences a panic attack that forces him to confront the manifestations of his anxiety and learn that reaching out for help can be just as brave an act as protecting his city from evil. Great foundation to build this short off of. In combination with this, if you are watching this in May of 2024, it is not too late to enter our giveaway as part of Mental Health Awareness Month. During this month, if you donate to NAMI or any other mental health nonprofit, just DM your receipt to me. I don't need to know how much you gave, but just DM that receipt to me either on my Instagram or through my email that's listed on my YouTube profile. Send that to me and you will be entered to win one of a number of great prizes. So you have until the end of this month to send me any entries. So be sure to enter our giveaway, stay connected with the community, and raise support for mental health at the same time. So with all that being said, let's get into this video. I don't know if you can pick this up from the audio already, but you can hear some panting breaths. And so if this is a story about panic attacks, one of the features is that you might feel short of breath or that you have to keep breathing faster and faster because you're not getting enough air. So it's a really cool sound effect to start with.
These grades are unacceptable, Miles.
Focus, Miles.
Just look at all of these different frames. I know this is like kind of comic book storytelling, but also you'll see that all of these different frames are pressing in on him. So you get a sense of the claustrophobic nature of his different responsibilities between being a student, being a friend, being Spider-Man, and how all of those just squeeze him and are adding to the sense of pressure that we feel along with the music.
Okay.
You can tell just from his demeanor that he knows he's going from, I don't know where he's coming from, but you can tell that he's going from one responsibility to another. He's transitioning in his mind, that deep breath of readiness to tackle another problem that seems to be coming up for him.
You're really not gonna turn around and check right?
What am I always telling you, Miles, huh? You gotta keep
your head on a swivel. I know.
Head on a swivel, yes. Oh, that was a good one.
So you saw the little tingly things for his spider sense. It's really interesting to think about the spider sense from a mental health standpoint and talking about like the fight or flight response. And as I was thinking about reacting to this video, I was actually thinking like, what if, you know, Peter Parker or Miles Morales or whatever Spider-Man, if their spider sense is actually an overactive fight or flight response, where little things in the environment that they notice, see, hear, smell, or whatever trigger that response to start that fight or flight cascade of events. I don't know if anyone's talked about that theory before, but it's an interesting one to me.
I rented 3 scary movies we can watch. 3!
Rent? Did you drive all the way to Jersey to do that?
You got jokes now, that's good. I call Couch.
Nah, I would, but I'm just tired. I'll catch you next time.
Are you okay, son?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Copy that. Yo, Miles, come on. Don't be slamming my door, man.
Yeah, sorry, Dad.
Even just hearing that little exchange, even with his dad being really supportive, checking in on him, you can tell that Miles notices that his dad's disappointed that they can't hang out, whether it's because he's too tired or he's just had too much going on, he doesn't feel like hanging out that day. And then just like the one last thing on top is accidentally slamming the door. You can tell how weighed down he is by all these different responsibilities and feeling like he's letting people down left and right and he can't ever be good enough. Ooh, that's interesting. That's the first time we saw the spider sense where he turned around and there was actually nothing going on. So I wonder if, just like with this theory about like maybe that's an overactive fight or flight response, maybe it's cluing him into there's something going on and there's something wrong, maybe not in the environment, but something wrong inside me. And a lot of my clients who struggle with panic attacks have talked about how they feel like they get this sense of impending doom, of like something's about to go wrong, something's about to happen. Almost like the spider sense going off right here. I appreciate having those subtitles on because we can really see how emphasized breathing is in the midst of all of this. You open up with the ragged breathing in the beginning before Miles even shows up on the screen, and now you have these constant exhales as he's transitioning from one role to another, as he feels like he's letting people down. And breathing is a huge component when it comes to panic attacks. It can be a sign that something's wrong, and it can also be the way that we come back to baseline when things are feeling out of control.
You always seem so distracted.
He's great.
Miles, you're late. Again. Where have you been? No sense of responsibility.
Yeah, so all of these audio memories that he has of his parents saying he's not responsible or always late, always letting people down, along with these anxious thoughts of falling and not being able to shoot webs to catch himself, all of that's leading to a point where he's building up this sense of anxiety and spiraling out of control. And these are some of the brightest colors we've seen right now in a very blue and dark kind of film. And suddenly there's this bright yellow spikes of panic as he's falling and can't catch himself, both in a physical sense and an emotional sense.
Oh man, I'm bugging.
I don't think panic attacks would usually make you hallucinate, but I think there's something metaphorical to the sense of like the weight of his responsibilities and his failures or perceived failures and the ways that people think he's disappointing them, all just weighing down him and crushing him through the bed. Ooh, this is interesting too. So you notice how he's on a train that's speeding by. People talk about our thoughts racing and everything feeling like it's speeding by out of control during a panic attack. So that's one element that I see right away. Another piece is that whether this black figure represents like the panic attack or the anxiety, you see that it seems to loom larger and larger. And that's what happens with panic because it's such a frightening and scary experience that we want to keep shrinking away from it. And that's what leads to things like panic disorder, which is having panic attacks, but also to the point where it impacts our lives so much because we're doing so many things to try to avoid it, to try to avoid experiencing future panic attacks. It becomes its own disorder. this has turned into a full-on horror show. But there is something to this too, where it feels like the panic attack is just all over you in a sense, and you can't get it off, and it just feels like it's draping over you, and things are feeling so out of control that you can't do anything about it. Anything that you try to do just seems to make it worse. So as you see all the red and purple tinges fade down to a blue, I think that's representing that he's coming back down to himself and that the panic attack has faded. But yeah, that's a terrifying way to show what a panic attack can really feel like.
Hey.
Hey, Dad. You got a minute?
Yeah, what's up, son?
Can we get some air?
Of course we can, yeah. Grab your jacket.
I just got so much on my mind, you know?
I hear that, yeah. So tell me what's going on.
It's just like homework, girls. Well, one girl.
No matter where we are tonight, I'll be by your side. In the darkness, in the light, and we'll make it out alive.
As always, the sound design and the music is sick when it comes to these Spider-Verse stories. And it's a short story, but I really do appreciate how they tie things up. Miles just goes, spends some time with his dad. It doesn't fix anything in the sense of he's still got his responsibilities, he's still got his role as Spider-Man, his role as a student and a son, and that he's stretched way too thin to be able to handle it all. But yeah, some of the most reassuring and grounding things is to have somebody with you who's willing to say, here, I'll be with you, tell me what's going on. And that helps us to recognize that, hey, we're safe, especially in the midst or in the aftermath of a panic attack. So what I really appreciate about this video is that it has this very visual and audio way of demonstrating what it's like to have a panic attack. Or even for other people who struggle with different mental health disorders, they might see some of themselves in some of the ways that this panic attack was portrayed, with how confining things seemed, or how alarming everything was, or how fast everything was moving, or how out of control everything looked. And so I think the message is really a good one. Reach out for help. And for people who have loved ones who struggle with mental health, then be available. Be ready to, at the drop of a hat, say, all right, yeah, let's go take a walk, let's chat, tell me what's going on. And that's the thing too, you saw at the very tail end of the conversation, they didn't even talk about the panic attack. Maybe off screen he gets to that eventually, but it can just be having a sense of a normal conversation, just being with somebody, even if you're not talking about something earth-shattering, that can be helpful and grounding for somebody who's going through some struggle with mental health. So I do want to read through some of the description and explanation of what Sony and the Kevin Love Foundation said about this video. It says, through a unique combination of education, research, advocacy, and grant making, the Kevin Love Fund helps destigmatize mental health challenges and ensures people who are struggling have the tools needed to thrive. Our social emotional learning curriculum has given 55,000 plus kids the skills they need to cope with life's difficulties, and is available for free to everyone thanks to donors like you. So this video is a fundraiser, so if you want to give to the Kevin Love Fund and then send me the receipt for that, I will gladly enter you into our monthly giveaway as well for this month of May 2024. And the link for this video itself will be in the description below. I did cut out some clips to hopefully avoid any copyright issues, but also in the direct link where Sony posted the video on YouTube, they have links to the resources that this video and description are talking about. So if you have a student or have someone who might be struggling with some of these mental health issues, go ahead and check out those resources. Those can be super valuable to someone who is in need. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe. May 2024 is Mental Health Awareness Month. You have a unique opportunity with this channel and community to be able to get involved. Like I said, donate to a nonprofit. It could be the Kevin Love Fund, it could be NAMI, it could be any other mental health nonprofit. Send me that receipt through DM or my email address listed on my YouTube profile, and I will enter you into a giveaway for for one of these cool prizes, and drawings will be done in the middle of the month and the end of the month. So make sure you get your entries in before then. So everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. I'll see you all next time.